YouTube, what it do? It is your boy Dreamville back with another video. And in today's video, man, we're gonna be going over there's phases in life, man. Everybody knows how there's, seasons to the weather. Or not to the weather. There's, you know, in a year, there's 4 seasons. So you have your spring, your summer, your winter, and your fall. It's the same thing in life, bro. You're gonna have your spring, you're gonna have your summer, you're gonna have your winter, and you're gonna have your fall. Now, what does this mean for you? What this means for you is you can't get bogged down in what season you're in, bro. You can't. You can't. And you wanna know why? You wanna know why? Because every 3 to 4 months, you know what happens? The season change. The season change. So from one season, it might be real hot. Then the next season, it's real cold. It's real cold. And then maybe in the next season, it's kind of mild. It's like, all right, well, nothing's really going on. One season, it might be raining a lot. Next season, it might be snowing a lot. One season, it might not rain at all. One season, it might hit 110 degrees. The point I'm trying to make is, man, your life is the same exact way. It's the same exact way. It works the same exact way. So, for example, if you're broke right now, that's just a season, bro. That's just a season. If you're broke right now, that's just a season. Everybody that didn't have money, everybody that has money now, before they didn't have money, you hear it all the time. People coming up like Kai, people like Phantom, people like, anybody you look up to. At one point or another, bro, they did not have. They did not have. They did not have. And what does that mean? It means that they were in a season. They were in a season of, I got no money, and that was their season of life. But guess what happens? You move into another season. So now the next season for them was, okay, I need to grind. So they were grinding day in, day out, no breaks, no nothing. Monk mode. They were grinding 12-hour days, 15-hour days, 18-hour days. All right, 4 hours sleep, wake up, do it again, over and over and over and over. They did that for a while. They did that for a while. Day in and day out and day in and day out of just grinding. But guess what? That's a season. Because you want to know why that's a season, bro? Because at a certain point, you're gonna look around and you're gonna be like, did my life change or did it not? And if your life haven't changed yet, it means you're still in that season. It means you're still in that season. So you gotta keep grinding. If you look around and things haven't changed or things haven't moved yet, you're still in that season, bro. The seasons haven't changed yet. So when they're grinding, when they're, going through this, guess what happens? They look up and then they say, okay. I got the fruit to my labor now. I got the fruit to my labor now. You know what that means? It's summertime. We getting out of school. We going spring break. Feel me? We getting into summertime now. So now you earn the fruit of your labor. You're like, oh, okay. So this is what it is like. Oh, okay. Now you start spending. Now you start balling out. Now you start going crazy. Now you start getting the Tesla you always wanted. Now you start getting the Benz you always wanted. Now you start getting all the things you ever wanted, bro. And that's the season. That's the season. That's the season. So with that being said, right? Now you're in the summertime. Now all the work that you did, now you gotta show off the summer body. Now you showing it off. It's summertime. You having fun. But you know what happens after a while of having fun? You start to wind down. You start to be like, okay, I'm starting to get a little tired now. So you get complacent. You just coast. You start to say to yourself, oh, I got the summer bod. I don't gotta work out no more. You know what that is? That's the fall. That's the fall. See, what happens is now, after summertime, you think you made it. You think you made it. Once you think you made it, then you start to get complacent. You start to get still. You start to get, you know, in this frame of I made it. I don't got to do anymore. And that's the trap. And that's why the third season is called The Fall. It's called The Fall. Because what's happening now is that you're actually starting to fall from where you were. Yeah, you're actually starting to fall from where you were. So what this means is that if you were grinding, if you were working 12-hour days and you're not now, you're working 6-hour days and you think you made it because you think next thing you know, you're going to be working 3-hour days. And then next thing you know, you're not going to be working at all. And then you're going to start making excuses again. And then you're going to think you made it because you have all this success. But what you don't even realize is that the things you did led up to the success. But the things you can do, the things you do led up to the success. But then if you stop grinding, bro, all that success, bro, it goes away. That shit goes away. That shit ain't free. You always got to pay the fee. You always got to pay the fee. I don't care if you're 20, 30, 40, 50. You always got to pay the fee. This shit ain't free, bro. You think it's free because you made it? This shit ain't free. This shit ain't free. So don't ever get complacent because next thing you know, you're gonna think it's free, and then you're now we get into winter. You know, when the winter time starts to get real cold, I'm talking real cold, and it's freezing. And if you don't, get in the heat, you're gonna freeze to death. You're gonna freeze to death. It's the winter, bro. What's that mean? It means that all this time you had, bullshit in during the fall, and you weren't even getting ready for winter. So now winter hit and you don't know what to do. You're like, you got hit by a stun grenade. You're like, shit, fuck happened? Yeah, it's wintertime now. It's snowing. It's snowing. It's wintertime now. This is the moment where in the wintertime and it gets real cold. That's where the true beasts are going to be shown. That's where the true grinders and the true hustlers and the people who really want it. Wintertime exposes all of this. And I'm going to tell you why. In the winter, bro, it's either do or die. It's either do or die. I'm telling you, it's either do or die. Because it's cold as shit. It's cold as shit. It's wintertime, bro. It's snowing. What you need to do, you need to get warm. All right. So how do you get warm? Well, you got to make the heat. You have to make it. And some of y'all aren't built to make it, bro. Some of y'all aren't built to make it. Now during the wintertime, bro, you're gonna get thrown all types of obstacles. Just like when you were at the bottom. But guess what? Now you're at the top. But if you don't focus, you don't lock in, you're gonna lose it all. You're gonna lose it all and end up at square one. You're gonna lose it all and end up at square one. That's why wintertime is so, it's so deadly. That's why it's the last season. Because once the winter's over, that's where you see real transformation, real growth. Everybody goes through a winter, bro. Kai just went through a winter recently. You know when he came out now? He wants to be a graphic designer. Not a graphic designer, I'm tweaking. But he wants to get into fashion. That's winter. Kanye had a winter. Everybody has a winter, bro. Everybody has a winter. So don't think that, it gets easier once you get successful. That's why people get so confused. They're like, if I had the money, all my problems would be solved. No, they won't. No, they won't. Oh, if I had $1 million. Yeah. Until you realize that you have $1 million, but everybody has problems. I don't care who you are. We all have problems. Me, you, Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, we all have problems. And that's the piece, you guys are missing. We all got problems, bro. We all go through it. It's life. It's life. So to diminish one's problems because they're in a more fortunate situation, well, shit. You know what I mean? It's life. That's just life, bro. You can't diminish one's struggle because they have more tools than you. Because I guarantee you that guy that you're diminishing their struggles, there's another guy that has more tools than him, and there's another guy that has more tools than him, and there's another guy that has more tools than him. Everybody got problems, bro. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. And that's the trap. That's how they get you. Everybody has fucking problems. And if you try to diminish somebody else's struggle, their winter, that means you're not worried about what's going on in your life. You're too worried about somebody else's struggle that you're not even realizing you're in the struggle right now. If you have that type of mindset, bro, you never gonna make it out of winter, bro. You gonna be freezing forever. You gonna freeze solid. You gonna be an icicle block. So, don't ever diminish nobody's struggle, man. We all go through shit. I go through shit. You go through shit. Somebody that made $1 million, bro, guess what? What if his, mom died? God forbid. Some of these people, bro, they're fucked up mentally. Can you handle that? Oh, he has $1 million. What does he has to, cry about? Bro, you don't even have the right frame of mind. So you'll never be able to make that amount of money because you can't even understand that there's problems within problems, bro. That's all life is. All life is just problems within problems, bro. Every day you wake up, you're solving a new problem. Every day you wake up, you're solving a new problem. Oh, I made $1 million this year. All right, what's the next challenge? Oh, what am I going to do with all this money? All right, what's the next challenge? After you, figure out what you want to do with the money. Well, how do I want to spend my time? How do I want to spend my time? That's deep. That's deep. How do I want to spend my time? That's a problem. Most people, bro, they don't know how to spend their time with or without the money. We see it all the time. People who get money, guess what? They're going to strip clubs. They're going to, all these different places, brothels, paying for pussy. Come on, bro. They spending their money and time in the wrong place, bro. Look at Zion. Zion's a millionaire. That nigga, he got problems, bro. Real shit. So don't diminish his problems, bro, because I guarantee you, bro, you wouldn't want that on you. You wouldn't want, someone to invalidate your experiences, bro, because everybody goes through winter. But once you realize that, winter is over, that's where you can finally say, okay, it's time for me to grow and evolve. And then that's where you lead into spring. And you know what happens during spring? All the flowers start to bloom. All the trees with the dead leaves, they start to come back together. And that is where you see real transformation and real growth. Then the cycle repeats itself. It's been your boy Dreamville, man. Y'all stay easy. Kevin.